You are not going to believe what just went down in the rap world. This is the kind of story that will have you questioning everything you thought you knew about Drake. Fans are shocked, and the streets are buzzing because apparently Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole, the very same legends who've always seemed tight-lipped, may have been in on a secret all along. That's right, sources are now claiming that while Drake was busy building his empire, some of the biggest names in hip-hop knew something that could completely tear it apart. And trust us, emotions ran high when this all started to surface. Insiders are spilling tea that's so hot, it's practically burning through the internet. There are whispers of heated arguments behind closed doors, late-night phone calls that ended in shouting matches, and shocking confrontations that fans are only now hearing about. And get this, the family and inner circle around Drake, left divided, confused, and more than a little betrayed. Some are even questioning loyalties, wondering who can really be trusted when the glittering world of fame and fortune turns into a battlefield. But it doesn't stop there. Word on the street is that there were secret meetings, private messages leaked, and betrayal lurking where nobody expected. And while Drake was making headlines and dropping hits, it seems the foundation of his empire was quietly cracking right under his nose. Fans are flooding social media with reactions like, did Kendrick and Cole really let this happen? And how could Drake not see it? Every post, every comment, every story adds another layer to this drama that's quickly spiraling out of control. By the end of this video, you're going to hear details that will make your jaw drop, make you question loyalties in the rap game, and make you rethink the very idea of trust between hip-hop's elite. Stick around because this story gets messier by the minute. And you do not want to miss a single twist. It all started with a late-night Instagram story that nobody expected. Drake, sitting in his private studio in Toronto, seemed completely unaware of the storm that was about to hit his empire. But little did he know, the phone buzzing on his desk wasn't just a regular notification, it was the beginning of a chain reaction that would leave his team scrambling, and fans in absolute disbelief. Sources close to the scene told us that Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole had been quietly observing Drake's rise, nodding along in public, smiling in interviews, and dropping those casual, respect the hustle comments. But behind closed doors, the story was entirely different. Apparently, both Kendrick and Cole knew something that could shake the very foundations of Drake's career. They hadn't said a word. Some insiders are claiming they were aware of financial mismanagement, questionable partnerships, and even leaked track deals that could have exposed Drake in ways nobody ever imagined. And then it happened. A private video allegedly showing Drake in an intense disagreement with one of his top executives surfaced online. Emotions ran sky high. The video shows Drake slamming his hands on a conference table, shouting, "I built this. I don't need anyone to tear it down from the inside." But it wasn't just about business, it was personal. Whispers of betrayal circulated instantly. Family members, friends, and even some label executives were questioning who was really loyal. Fans took to Twitter, flooding hashtags like #DrakeDrama and #KendrickColeT with wild theories. Some were defending him, some were demanding answers. And a few went as far as to accuse Kendrick and Cole of orchestrating the chaos from the shadows. Insiders scribe one scene that sounds straight out of a reality TV episode. Drake's inner circle gathered in a penthouse in Toronto. Tension so thick it could be cut with a knife. One source said it was like watching a family fall apart in real time. People were yelling, doors were slammed, and there was this silence in between that just screamed. Something was seriously wrong. Someone allegedly whispered, "They knew. They knew the whole time." And that phrase, simple yet devastating, circulated like wildfire. Fans won't stop talking about the leaked texts either. Allegedly, Kendrick sent a cryptic message to Cole in the middle of the night. "It's bigger than he thinks. We need to wait." Cole supposedly replied with a simple emoji smirk. The drama, if true, points to a level of scheming that has never been openly discussed in the hip-hop world. People are asking, How long had they known? And more importantly, why stay silent while Drake built an empire that might have been unstable from the start? It gets worse. According to a source, Drake confronted one of his closest friends about the situation. The scene reportedly escalated quickly, with voices raised and tears shed. "I trusted you." Drake allegedly shouted, "I've trusted everyone. And now I don't know what's real anymore." The friend, in shock, could barely respond. The family and team were left divided, with some taking Drake's side, while others quietly admitted they had suspicions all along, but didn't know how to voice them without causing a public fallout. And as if that wasn't enough, there's talk of a secret listening session where Kendrick and Cole supposedly played a set of unreleased tracks from Drake's vault to prove a point. Imagine the tension. Drake enters the room thinking it's a casual studio session, only to realize his closest peers are dissecting his work and questioning every move he's made. One insider says the look on Drake's face, it was like he'd just discovered the rug had been pulled out from under him. Pure disbelief. Fans are calling it the betrayal of the century, and memes are spreading like wildfire, showing shocked Drake alongside grinning Kendrick and Cole. Meanwhile, the social media storm is relentless. Every new post, every comment, and every leaked snippet fuels the fire. Allegedly, one of Drake's former collaborators spoke out, hinting that the empire had cracks too obvious to ignore and that Kendrick and Cole had been dropping subtle hints in interviews and lyrics all along. They were planting seeds, the source said, and Drake just never saw it coming. The rap world is now obsessed with decoding past albums, interviews, and even casual tweets, trying to piece together a puzzle that may or may not have been intentionally hidden. But the emotional toll on Drake has been immense. People close to him say he's been isolating himself, double-checking every contract and questioning friendships that once felt unshakable. One insider revealed he's not just worried about the music or the money. He's worried about who he can trust anymore. That's the hardest part for him. Friends reportedly tried to comfort him, but every hug seemed to carry the weight of unspoken questions. Were they really loyal? Did they really know and let this happen? Even fans noticed a subtle shift in Drake's public appearances, a quiet, almost brooding energy replacing the confident persona he's always projected. And just when everyone thought the storm couldn't get any bigger, a shocking twist dropped, allegedly. There was a confrontation at a private industry party in Los Angeles where motions erupted in front of a small group of insiders. Drake supposedly turned to Kendrick and Cole and asked bluntly, "Did you know?" The room went silent. Sources claim that Kendrick's usual calm demeanor cracked for the first time, and Cole didn't even make eye contact. The tension was so thick that one attendee described it as watching a time bomb slowly tick. That moment, if verified, could redefine the entire narrative of loyalty and rivalry in hip-hop. Then, rumors of leaked recordings added fuel to the fire. One source claims that snippets of conversations between Kendrick and Cole hinted at a larger plan that involved exposing vulnerabilities in Drake's empire at strategic moments. Some insiders even say there was talk of manipulating partnerships, collaborations, and even tour announcements to coincide with certain business leaks, designed to test Drake's ability to handle pressure. Fans are blown away by the possibility that the two hip-hop giants might have been playing a long, calculated game while Drake remained completely unaware at the heart of it all. Though, are the relationships that are now strained beyond repair? Close family members reportedly feel caught in the middle, with some defending Drake and others quietly acknowledging that suspicions had been brewing for months. One unnamed family source said, "It's heartbreaking. Everyone wants to protect him, but no one knows the full story. And now the family is left divided. The emotional stakes couldn't be higher." An insider suggests that this division could have long-term consequences on both Drake's personal and professional. Even more shocking, some friends of Drake are now speaking out anonymously, claiming that the fallout has extended beyond music, allegedly personal secrets, hidden investments, and unspoken tensions in Drake's private life are now being scrutinized. Emotions are running raw, and fans are left wondering, was Drake's empire ever as solid as it seemed? Or was it a carefully constructed facade waiting for the truth to catch up? And just when it seemed like the story couldn't twist any further, an anonymous insider dropped a bombshell. Allegedly, there's a set of unreleased tracks that could prove everything. These tracks, reportedly recorded over the past 2 years, contain cryptic lyrics hinting at betrayal, loyalty, and the idea that someone close may have been orchestrating chaos behind the scenes. Fans immediately started analyzing snippets, social media exploded with theories, and the hype reached a fever pitch. The idea that Drake's music itself could reveal the truth has everyone on edge. And the mystery keeps deepening with every new leak. Just when the industry thought it had a moment to breathe, the plot thickened in a way nobody could have anticipated. The latest leaks weren't just recordings or texts, they were full-blown documents, allegedly detailing Drake's business deals, collaborations, and even some secret partnerships that could make or break his empire. Fans are saying this is next-level drama because if even half of it is true, the foundation of Drake's career could be wobbling right now. Sources are claiming that Kendrick and Cole had early access to these documents, watching from the sidelines as Drake unknowingly built his empire on what might have been shaky ground. According to insiders, tensions escalated during a private dinner that Drake held with his closest advisors. The room, once filled with laughter and casual conversation, reportedly became a battlefield. Allegedly, Drake slammed his glass of water onto the table, shouting, "I gave you all everything. And now it feels like I can't trust anyone." One executive supposedly tried to calm him down, saying, "Drizzy, we're here for you," but the words fell flat. Sources describe the room as a place where loyalty and betrayal collided in real time, leaving everyone uneasy and on edge. Meanwhile, Kendrick and Cole reportedly took a different approach. Rather than confronting Drake directly, insiders say they dropped subtle hints during interviews, lyric lines that fans are now dissecting like evidence. One line in Kendrick's latest feature allegedly read, "Watch the king fall while shadows stay still," and fans immediately connected it to Drake. Cole, too, has been unusually cryptic, leaving fans to speculate endlessly. Some believe it's a warning. Others think it's a sign that they're orchestrating something much bigger behind the scenes. The ambiguity has fans desperate for answers, flooding social media with posts like, "Did they plan this?" And "Drake's empire is crumbling right before our eyes." The tension hit its peak during an alleged studio session in LA, where Drake confronted Kendrick face-to-face. Sources claim Drake, visibly frustrated, demanded, "Why didn't you say anything? Did you know the whole time?" Witnesses say Kendrick's calm exterior cracked, a rare sight for someone known for his composure. Cole, who was present via FaceTime, remained silent, his eyes fixed on the floor. "It was one of the tensest moments I've ever seen in hip-hop," said one insider. You could feel the history between them, the respect and the betrayal all colliding in the same room. Immediately started live tweeting rumors that this confrontation could trigger a series of diss tracks or even public statements that could shake the industry, adding fuel to the fire. Rumors emerged that Drake's close family members were divided in their loyalties. Some reportedly believe Kendrick and Cole were justified in their silence, arguing that Drake needed to learn the truth the hard way. Others, however, are said to be furious that two of his peers would withhold information that could have prevented months of personal and professional strain. According to sources, one heated argument allegedly took place at a private mansion, where voices were raised, doors slammed, and emotions ran so high that some guests reportedly left in tears. "It was like watching a family war. Only the world is watching too," said one witness. And then came the bombshell. An alleged insider claimed that Kendrick and Cole weren't just passive observers, they were actively testing Drake's empire. Sources hint that some of Drake's high-profile partnerships were deliberately mismanaged to see how he would respond. Drake, reportedly unaware, was reacting in real time, making high-stakes decisions while his closest friends observed quietly. Fans are going absolutely wild over this revelation. So Kendrick and Cole were playing chess while Drake thought it was checkers. One fan tweeted. Another posted, "This is some next-level Game of Thrones type of drama." The story gets even darker. One anonymous insider alleges that certain deals Drake made were intentionally leaked to the press by someone within his inner circle. While the identity hasn't been confirmed, speculation points back to the Kendrick-Cole connection. Allegedly, these leaks were timed to coincide with specific moments in Drake's career, like album drops and tour announcements, maximizing chaos and fan speculation. Sources suggest that the strategic leaks caused temporary panic in Drake's team, forcing him to rethink contracts, collaborations, and even marketing campaigns. Meanwhile, fans are still dissecting lyrics and interviews for hidden messages. One fan theory claims that a recent Drake track was actually a subtle plea to Kendrick and Cole. "If you really knew, why didn't you reach me?" Social media exploded with comments, memes, and breakdowns of every line. Some fans believe that Drake was aware of a betrayal on some level, but not the full extent. Others argue that the track hints at reconciliation, a sign that, despite the drama, Drake might still find a way to salvage relationships and his empire, adding to the emotional weight. Close sources claim Drake's personal life has also taken a hit. Friends report that he's been less social, avoiding public events and spending long hours alone in his home studio. He's thinking about trust, loyalty, and who really has his back. One insider said, "It's not just business, it's personal." He feels like the people closest to him might have set him up. Fans notice the change instantly, with social media trending hashtags like #WhereIsDrake and #Empire in crisis. The drama doesn't stop there. According to an insider, the tension culminated in a heated Zoom call between Drake, Kendrick, Cole, and several executives. Witnesses say Drake demanded answers, and emotions ran so high that one participant allegedly left the call mid-conversation. "It was intense," said one insider. "People were crying, shouting, and accusing each other of everything. Trust shattered in real time." Fans speculate that the fallout from this call could spark diss tracks, social media clapbacks, and even legal disputes. The idea that the rap industry could be witnessing an all-out emotional war has captivated fans, who are now glued to every update, adding another twist. Some insiders claim that there are unreleased tracks hidden away that could reveal the truth. These tracks allegedly contain subtle references to betrayal, loyalty, and the fractured relationships between Drake, Kendrick, and Cole. Fans are now scouring streaming platforms, hoping to catch leaks, snippets, or hidden clues that could prove who knew what and when. The anticipation has reached a fever pitch, with some fans even creating timelines, charts, and breakdowns of every interaction, lyric, and public appearance for evidence. Meanwhile, Drake's reaction has been a mix of fury and heartbreak. Close friends say he's oscillating between anger at perceived betrayal and deep sadness over lost trust. One source described a private moment where Drake allegedly sat alone, looking at old messages from Kendrick and Cole, whispering to himself, "I can't believe it. They knew, and they let it happen." The emotional toll is real, and fans are now debating whether the empire Drake built will survive the internal chaos. And then, just when fans thought the story couldn't get more dramatic, another shocking twist emerged. Rumors began circulating about a late-night meeting in Atlanta, where industry insiders allegedly discussed the fallout and predicted what could happen next. Sources say that this meeting included executives, producers, and even artists who have worked closely with Drake. Everyone was talking about the cracks in the empire. One insider said, "People are nervous about what this could mean for collaborations, contracts, and the future of hip-hop as we know it." Fans are speculating that this could lead to new alliances, public statements, or even a musical showdown between Drake, Kendrick, and Cole, adding to the chaos. Social media blew up when a cryptic tweet, allegedly from a close associate, hinted at more revelations to come. The truth is only half the story. Stay tuned. Fans immediately interpreted this as a sign that there's even more behind-the-scenes drama that hasn't been revealed. Memes, reaction videos, and countdowns flooded platforms overnight, creating a frenzy that shows no signs of slowing down. The story has gone from a private conflict to a full-blown public spectacle, with everyone waiting for the next shocking development. Meanwhile, insiders hint that Drake may be planning a strategic response. Sources suggest he's consulting with legal teams, publicists, and even other artists to figure out how to respond without letting the drama spiral further. Drake's not just going to sit back and watch his empire crumble, one insider said. He's thinking 3 steps ahead, and the world hasn't seen the full extent of his response yet. Fans are speculating on what form this could take: an album addressing the betrayal, a public statement, or even a collaboration that flips the narrative entirely, and the emotional stakes remain sky high. Family members, friends, and even fans are reportedly caught in the middle, unsure who to support or what to believe. Some are standing firmly behind Drake, while others are quietly analyzing Kendrick and Cole's actions. The conflicting narratives have created a sense of uncertainty and tension. And insiders say that this emotional roller coaster is far from over. Every interview, every public appearance, and every social media post is now dissected for hidden meaning. The most shocking development yet. Allegedly, some of Drake's longtime collaborators are now reconsidering their alliances. Sources claim that the drama has caused a ripple effect, with producers, songwriters, and even other artists questioning their own loyalty and role in the industry. One insider said, "People are nervous. They don't want to be caught in the middle of this war, and that fear is spreading fast." Fans are watching closely, speculating whether the fallout will lead to a reshuffling of power in the rap world, or if Drake will find a way to rise above the chaos stronger than ever. The chaos hit a new level when rumors surfaced of an unexpected face-to-face meeting between Drake, Kendrick, and Cole in a private Los Angeles studio. Sources describe it as a scene that could have come straight out of a reality TV finale. Dim lighting, tense silence, and a sense that one wrong word could set off an all-out verbal war. According to insiders, Drake arrived first, pacing back and forth, his phone buzzing constantly with updates from the outside world. The moment Kendrick walked in, the room went icy. "I didn't expect it to feel this heavy," one witness said. There was history in that room, unspoken respect, and pure tension. Drake reportedly started the conversation calmly, almost deceptively so. "I want to know the truth," he said, his voice steady but tight with emotion. "Everything. Did you know what was going on? And if you did, why?" Kendrick's usual composure reportedly cracked slightly. He shifted uncomfortably, trying to measure every word. "You know, I respect you," Kendrick allegedly replied. "But some truths, they need time to be revealed." Cole, on the other hand, stayed silent for the first several minutes, eyes focused on the floor, creating a sense of unease that had everyone on edge. Fans online immediately speculated about the meaning of that silence. Was it guilt, strategy, or something even darker? But the real explosion reportedly happened mid-conversation. One source claims Drake slammed his hand on the table and shouted, "I trusted you guys. I let you into my world, my family, my business, and now I feel like I'm standing on a cliff with no one to catch me." The words apparently echoed through the studio, leaving even staffers frozen. Emotions ran so high that someone allegedly cried. "It was raw, it was real, and it was brutal," said one insider. "You could feel years of loyalty, betrayal, and respect all colliding in that one room." Then came an unthinkable twist. Sources claim Kendrick pulled out his phone and played snippets of unreleased tracks from Drake's own studio tracks that allegedly contained lines about trust, betrayal, and hidden agendas. The idea, according to insiders, was to show Drake that some of the tensions in his empire weren't just accidents. They were signs that high, people around him weren't fully transparent. Cole, still quiet, allegedly nodded in agreement. It was subtle but devastating. One source said, Drake's face. You could see the shock, the hurt, the anger all at once. Fans quickly took to social media, dissecting every leaked lyric, every facial expression, every tweet. Theories exploded online. Some argued that Kendrick and Cole were trying to teach Drake a lesson about the harsh realities of fame and power. Others believed it was a calculated move to destabilize Drake's empire. And then some conspiracy theorists even suggested that this could be part of a long-term plan to shift the balance of power in the rap industry entirely. #DrakeExposed began trending. While memes portraying Drake's shock alongside Kendrick and Cole's calm expressions flooded timelines. Meanwhile, insiders say Drake retreated to his private residence, overwhelmed by the emotional weight of the confrontation. Sources describe him pacing the halls, rereading messages, and questioning long-standing alliances. Friends and family reportedly tried to console him, but every conversation seemed to raise more questions than answers. It's heartbreaking, one insider revealed. You can see the empire he built, but the people he trusted the most. It feels like the foundation is cracking beneath him. Adding another layer of drama. One anonymous source claimed that Drake's team discovered a series of financial irregularities around the same time. Allegedly, certain contracts had been mismanaged, collaborations delayed, and partnerships mishandled, all pointing to a larger web of chaos. That may have been known to Kendrick and Cole long before anyone else. Fans are speculating endlessly. Could it be that the silent knowledge Kendrick and Cole had wasn't just about loyalty, but about strategy? Or was it betrayal in plain sight? Then came a public incident that sent the internet into overdrive. At a private industry gala in New York, insiders say Drake, Kendrick, and Cole were all present. Sharing the same room for the first time since the studio confrontation, reports describe an electric tension that could be felt across the venue. Drake allegedly avoided eye contact with Kendrick, but Cole reportedly approached him with a hesitant handshake. It was awkward, emotional, and intense all at once. One guest revealed, the room was buzzing with speculation. Everyone wanted to know, what's next? Fans immediately began live streaming every angle, analyzing body language, and creating a storm of hashtags like #DrakesVShadows and #HipHopBetrayal, adding even more fuel. Insiders say Drake received a mysterious package the next day. Allegedly, it contained recordings, documents, and even early demos of tracks he thought were private. Some of the recordings reportedly contained conversations between Kendrick, Cole, and other industry figures discussing his empire's vulnerabilities. According to sources, Drake's reaction was a mixture of fury and disbelief. He couldn't believe it, one insider said. The people he thought were closest to him had been discussing his empire in his absence. Fans exploded online, speculating that these revelations could spark legal action, new music addressing betrayal, or even public feuds that could dominate headlines for months. Meanwhile, whispers started circulating that some of Drake's inner circle might have been part of the unfolding chaos. One source claimed that executives, collaborators, and even some family members were quietly observing the drama, unsure whether to intervene or stay silent. It was like a storm with everyone in the room, but no one was really helping, the insider said. Trust was shattered everywhere. Emotions ran so high it was almost unbearable to witness. Fans began dissecting social media posts from these insiders, trying to decipher hidden messages, cryptic warnings, and possible alliances. Then came an unexpected twist. Allegedly, a leaked phone call revealed Kendrick and Cole discussing the fallout openly. And, shockingly, referencing Drake's reaction to recent leaks. Sources say the tone of the conversation was calm, almost calculating, as if they were analyzing a complex chess game. They were speaking like strategists, not friends, one insider revealed. It was cold, but also incredibly intense. Drake's empire wasn't just crumbling neat, was being studied under a microscope. Social media erupted. with fans debating whether this confirmed that Kendrick and Cole were manipulators or simply messengers of harsh truths. And just when everyone thought the story couldn't get any darker, rumors emerged about Drake planning a secret counter-strategy. Sources claim he's been working late nights, consulting legal teams, music producers, and publicists to regain control over his narrative. One insider even hinted that Drake might drop a surprise album directly addressing the drama, a move fans are calling the ultimate clapback. Social media is already buzzing with speculation about potential track titles, hidden lyrics, and collaborations that could signal the next chapter in this saga. Family dynamics reportedly reached a breaking point as well. According to insiders, some family members tried to mediate between Drake and his closest collaborators, while others allegedly sided quietly with Kendrick and Cole's perspective. The result? A deeply divided inner circle, leaving Drake feeling isolated at a time when he needed support the most. It was like watching a house of cards collapse in slow motion, one source said. Every relationship was tested, every loyalty questioned. Fans immediately latched onto this, creating intense online debates about who was right, who was wrong, and who could be trusted in the rap game, adding even more layers. Insiders claim that some of Drake's former collaborators began leaking hints about unreleased music that may contain responses to the drama. One source hinted that tracks recorded over the past year were intentionally kept private because they addressed personal betrayals and business disputes. Drake's music has always been a reflection of his life, the insider said, and now it could reveal everything that's been happening behind the scenes. Fans began analyzing old albums and snippets for clues, creating timelines, theories, and even fan-made drama maps, connecting every interaction between Drake, Kendrick, and Cole. As the story continued to unfold, another shocking rumor surfaced: a potential reconciliation. Sources suggest that after weeks of tension, Kendrick and Cole may have considered approaching Drake with an olive branch. Allegedly, they sent a discreet message hinting at a meeting to discuss the situation openly, a move that could either heal or further fracture relationships. Fans are torn some hope for reconciliation, while authors predict an all-out musical war. Social media is ablaze with hashtags like #MakePeace or War trending globally. Peace or War trending globally. Meanwhile, Drake's emotional state remains a central focus. Sources claim he's oscillating between anger, heartbreak, and determination. He's hurt, yes, but he's also thinking long-term, one insider said. Drake isn't just reacting, he's planning, and that planning could change everything in the hip-hop world. Fans are speculating nonstop, analyzing every post, every story, and every interview for clues about Drake's next move. The tension reached a boiling point when a supposed sneak peek of a studio session leaked online. Fans claim it captured Drake listening to a track while Kendrick and Cole watched from behind the glass. Allegedly, the lyrics were pointed, emotional, and filled with hints about betrayal and trust. Witnesses say Drake's reaction was a mixture of fury and vulnerability. Shaking his head while muttering under his breath, social media erupted instantly with fans dissecting every second, theorizing about hidden meanings, and predicting what the full release could reveal. And just when the world thought the drama might settle, insiders hinted at yet another twist, an unexpected ally. Sources claim a previously quiet producer, known for close ties to all three artists, may have played a secret role in revealing the truth to Drake. The implications are staggering, if true. It means alliances are shifting, loyalties are being tested, and the story is far from over. Fans are on edge, creating countdowns, reaction threads, and intense debates about what could happen next. The intensity escalated when an alleged private listening session leaked, showing Drake pouring his heart into a raw, unreleased track. Sources say the lyrics weren't just music, they were a public diary, a confession, and a challenge all at once. Fans immediately started dissecting every word. Lines about trust, betrayal, and the fragility of alliances sent social media into a frenzy. One insider said it was like watching Drake bleed in real time. People around him were speechless. Emotions ran so high, some couldn't even sit through it. Rumors suggest that during this session, Kendrick and Cole were present, but silent observers. Their reactions, allegedly captured on video by someone in the room, showed a mix of regret, contemplation, and maybe even pride. They knew the storm they had stirred, the insider said, and now they were seeing the human cost Drake's vulnerability laid bare. Fans immediately theorized that this might mark the turning point, either the beginning of reconciliation or a prelude to a public feud of unprecedented proportions. The internet erupted with speculation. Hashtag Drake's shadows. Hashtag Rap Royalty fall. Hashtag Kendrick and Cole exposed. And countless reaction memes flooded feeds worldwide. The next day, an anonymous insider claimed that Drake called a secret meeting with his inner circle to strategize his next move. The room, according to sources, was tense beyond measure. It felt like a war council, one attendee revealed. Every word, every suggestion, every pause was calculated. Drake's eyes were sharp. His mind, sharper. He was planning his empire's comeback and nobody could interrupt him. Friends reportedly suggested diplomacy, while some legal advisors warned of potential leaks and lawsuits. The feeling in the room was electric, as if everyone knew the industry was about to witness a seismic shift. Meanwhile, whispers began circulating that Kendrick and Cole had begun quietly reaching out to mutual allies, attempting to navigate the fallout. Some sources hint at back-channel conversations, apologies, and even attempts to salvage professional relationships. It was a strange dynamic, an insider said. They were deeply aware of the consequences, but didn't fully know how Drake would react. One wrong word, and it could all blow up. Fans went wild trying to interpret every social media post, every lyric, every subtle nod as a potential olive branch or a veiled threat. Then, in a move that shocked the entire fanbase, a leaked text allegedly revealed that Drake had been working on a surprise collaboration that could serve as both a peace offering and a declaration of power. Sources claim that he reached out to artists previously considered rivals, aiming to show that despite betrayal and chaos, his influence remained unshaken. It's like he's turning the storm into a spectacle, one insider said. Drake isn't just surviving, he's planning to dominate. Social media exploded with fan theories, some predicting epic diss tracks, others hoping for reconciliation anthems, and many arguing this could reset the entire rap game. As tensions reached their peak, insiders say another emotional confrontation occurred, but this time in private, away from cameras, fans, and media. Drake allegedly demanded transparency from Kendrick and Cole once and for all. "I need to know. No games, no riddles, no cryptic lines," he supposedly said. Kendrick's response, according to sources, is calm yet layered with gravity. "Sometimes truths are too heavy until the time is right, but you're strong enough to handle it now." Cole, continuing his quiet demeanor, allegedly simply nodded, leaving a lingering tension that fans later interpreted as a mix of remorse and strategy. The fallout didn't stop at personal drama. Sources reveal that the industry itself felt tremors. Collaborations, deals, and promotional campaigns reportedly stalled, as labels and managers waited to see how this power struggle would unfold. Some executives allegedly began quietly negotiating behind the scenes, either to protect Drake's interests or to align with Kendrick and Cole, depending on how the storm played out. Fans noticed unusual silence in interviews, delayed releases, and canceled appearances, sparking speculation that the ripple effects of this feud might redefine alliances in the industry. Then, according to multiple insiders, the drama reached a fever pitch when a mysterious recording surfaced online. Allegedly, it was a private conversation between Drake and an unnamed collaborator, discussing everything from loyalty to the state of his empire. The tone was reportedly intense, filled with vulnerability, anger, and determination. One quote that fans have since dissected reads, "They knew. I didn't. But that doesn't mean I'll fall. I'll rebuild. And when I do, the world will see who stands and who falls." Fans went wild, creating viral reaction videos, memes, and theory threads that predicted everything from a comeback album to a dramatic musical showdown, adding another layer of complexity. Insiders claim that Drake's family became increasingly involved. Some family members reportedly urged him to forgive, while others pushed for confrontation. Emotions ran high, reportedly causing private arguments that left Drake emotionally torn. It wasn't just music or money anymore, an insider said. It was personal. Family, loyalty, pride was all tangled together. Fans on social media debated endlessly about the dynamics, with hashtags like #family or FRENEMIES and #Empire in Crisis trending worldwide. Meanwhile, whispers of potential diss tracks began circulating. Sources claim that Drake, Kendrick, and Cole were all reportedly in the studio, laying down tracks that could directly or indirectly address the feud. You could feel the tension in the air, an insider said. Every beat, every verse, every word could be a missile. The energy was unmatched. Fans immediately speculated that unreleased tracks might serve as the ultimate reveal, exposing private emotions, past betrayals, and future intentions. Social media erupted with wild predictions. Is this the biggest rap showdown ever? And who will rise, who will fall? Then, just when it seemed like the story might be settling, an alleged source revealed a shocking twist. Drake supposedly discovered evidence that some of the leaks and chaos were orchestrated by an unexpected figure in his circle. While names haven't been confirmed, insiders hint at the possibility of longtime associates or even former collaborators playing a role in destabilizing his empire. It was a bombshell, one source said. The betrayal ran deeper than anyone imagined, and it shook Drake to his core. Fans immediately went into detective mode, analyzing social media interactions, lyrics, and past collaborations for clues, adding even more drama. A leaked phone conversation allegedly captured Kendrick and Cole discussing the aftermath and potential next moves. "We didn't want to hurt him, but he needed to see." One voice reportedly said, "It's not just about loyalty, it's about lessons, survival, and the future." Fans went wild, debating whether this cast them as villains or misunderstood strategists. Memes flooded timelines portraying the scenario as a Game of Thrones level betrayal. While fan pages dissected every word for hidden meaning, then came the emotional climax. Sources allege that Drake confronted Kendrick and Cole publicly at a private industry event, in front of peers and a few selected press members. Witnesses describe a tense scene. Drake's gaze icy, Kendrick calm but firm, Cole quiet yet watchful. According to insiders, Drake's words were measured but cutting. "I trusted you. I gave you my world. And I'm still standing, but I need to know where we go from here." Kendrick's alleged reply was simple yet loaded. "Some truths are revealed through time, some through action. But respect remains." Cole reportedly stayed silent, leaving an air of unresolved tension that fans interpret as the setup for the next chapter. As the story concludes, or at least reaches this explosive point, fans are left with more questions than answers. What will happen to Drake's empire? Will Kendrick and Cole finally come clean? Is reconciliation possible? Or is the stage set for a historic feud? Social media is ablaze. Discussion forums are overflowing, and reaction videos are trending globally. Every fan, every analyst, and every casual observer is asking, what happens next? So here's the thing. The story isn't over, and it may never truly be resolved. But one thing is crystal clear. This drama has changed the rap world forever. Drake, Kendrick, and Cole have rewritten the rules of loyalty, power, and strategy. Fans are witnessing history in real time. And the next move by any of these superstars could send shockwaves across the industry. Now, it's up to you, the fans. What do you think really happened behind closed doors? Are Kendrick and Cole masterminds? Messengers? or silent betrayers? Will Drake rise above this chaos stronger than ever, or will his empire crack under the pressure? Drop your theories, your reactions, and your wildest predictions in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video if you're feeling the heat of this story, and subscribe for the latest updates. Because trust me, you won't want to miss what happens next in this saga. The stage is set. The drama is real, and the world is watching. The question is, who will stand, who will fall, and who will shock us all next? And just like that, the saga continues, loyalties tested, empires shaken, and secrets spilling faster than anyone could have imagined. But here's the thing, fam. This story isn't just about Drake, Kendrick, and Khalid's. About the power, the betrayal, and the raw emotions that ripple through the music world every single day. The lines between friend and foe blur, the stakes get higher, and the drama keeps escalating. And that's why we need you in the mix. We want to hear your take. Who do you think is really pulling the strings behind the scenes? Was Kendrick and Cole's silence a strategic masterstroke or a betrayal disguised as wisdom? Is Drake about to rise from the ashes like the king he is? Or is his empire finally starting to crumble? Drop your hottest theories in the comments because, trust me, the community wants to hear all the wild predictions, all the conspiracy theories, all the takes that make people say, "Whoa, I didn't see that coming." And if you're feeling the heat of this story, smash that like button. Because every like tells us you're riding this roller coaster of emotions right alongside us. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single update. Because in a saga this intense, the next twist could drop at any moment, and you'll want to be front and center when it happens. Remember, this is your front row seat to the drama, the chaos, and the jaw-dropping twists of hip-hop's most shocking story yet. So comment, like, share, and join the conversation because the world is watching. The stakes are higher than ever, and the next chapter could change everything. Are you ready to see who stands and who falls? Let's ride this storm together.